Space Shuttle Enterprise is scheduled to touch down at New York's JFK Airport very soon. We're expecting it to touch down at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Jason Carroll is there, and I'm so jealous. You have Mr. Spock with you.
That's right. You asked for it, Carol. I remember listening to that a little earlier. You said you wanted me to track him down. I've tracked him down, the man, Leonard Nimoy. This must be an incredibly exciting day for you. I know that you've been looking forward to this. Tell us about what you're feeling today.
It feels like a reunion. The first time I saw this ship was in September 1976 when it was rolled out at Palmdale. The hangar doors opened and out came the Enterprise, which was named after our Starship Enterprise on Star Trek.
I think we have a picture of that somewhere. I think you were wearing a quite 70s symbolic blue pantsuit or something.
I was wearing bell-bottom pants.
Your style has improved greatly.
Yeah, we were all there, the cast and Gene Roddenberry, the producer, and the Air Force Band was playing the theme from Star Trek. It was a great thrill to be there that day.
And it's thanks to the fans of Star Trek, right? Because initially the thought was the spacecraft was going to be named the Constitution.
It was named Constitution, and Gerald Ford was president at the time. He got a big load of letters from Star Trek fans who were very good at writing letters. They convinced the president that the ship should be named Enterprise, and that's the way it came about.
You know, when you look at the Enterprise landing here now, just a few minutes from now, You think about it's going to a museum, but you can't help but think about the future. And when you watch Star Trek, it's always about this vision of what the future might be. Right. What do you think the future will be in terms of NASA?
Star Trek was always very positive about the future. That was one of the great things the audience always enjoyed. It was a very optimistic future, very positive. And I think one of the most important things that Star Trek had to offer was to explain to young people what the possibilities of science were, to excite people about the idea of being scientists, engineers, and so forth. We need those kind of people who have the vision for the future like that.
And I know you'll be speaking to the crowd that is gathered here today. You'll be speaking a little later. What do you intend to tell them?
I'm going to talk about how the Enterprise name came about on the shuttle and what it meant to us to be there that day when it was first rolled out in 1976 at Palmdale. To be part of history like that's a great day.
A beautiful day, a great day for so many people here. I know we only have you just for a few minutes. Also have to ask you, as you're standing here, I know you've seen a lot of the young kids coming in. I'm not sure if they recognize you. I know the older kids, such as myself, do. But what is it like for you to see the younger kids, some of those dressed in the NASA uniforms coming up?
It's a real treat. It's a real treat. And to be able to be involved with something that has spanned so many generations as Star Trek has and as the space program has. Very exciting to be part of this.
Well, I hope the inspiration continues for those young kids. I know you continue to inspire people even to this day. Thank you very much, Mr. Leonard Nimoy.
Thank you.
Thank you so very, very much. Once again, Leonard Nimoy, you asked for him. We tracked him down. We found him. We got him for you, Carol.
Could I just say I admire you? And in the new Star Trek movie, you had a very prominent role, Leonard Nimoy, and I enjoyed it very much. You're fantastic.
I will. And in fact, Carol, we were talking about that. Carol Costello, the anchor. Remember, we were talking about the new Star Trek movie.
Yeah.
It was great. He did a great job in it, and we were talking about that just before. Will you be in another Star Trek movie?
We're talking.
Talking, Carol. Hopefully.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. This thing is just about to land, Jason Carroll. Can people see it from where you're standing?
Thank you so very much. Thank you very much.
Well, I think Jason Carroll is saying his goodbyes to Leonard Nimoy and helping him exit the stage. So when Jason gets his, what we call an IFB, which is really an earpiece so he can hear me. Jason, you have that thing back in?
Yeah.
All righty then. Okay, so can you see the shuttle from your vantage point now?
I cannot. I know an announcement was made that the pilots are having a good time, had a good time flying the shuttle by the Hudson above the Intrepid Air and Space Museum, and that we're now just about 9 minutes away or less. So we should be seeing the shuttle very, very soon.
All righty, Jason. We're going to take a break so we can see it. We'll be right back. Okay, you're looking at live pictures of that Boeing 747 with the Space Shuttle Enterprise on its back. It's now flying over New Jersey, just about 7 or so minutes away from JFK, where it will land to the delight of hundreds who are gathered there, including many school children who just can't wait to get a glimpse of this thing. Jason Carroll has been out there all day long. John Zarella is with us from Florida. He's been covering the space program like forever. So, John Zarella, as you're watching this, what goes through your mind?
Well, you know, what goes through my mind is we're looking again at the end of an era. We in our lifetime will never see another vehicle like this, a vehicle that's launched vertically into orbit and can return, fly down like an airplane and land. And anywhere in the world, people knew that a space shuttle came from the United States. It was that kind of an iconic vehicle. You know, there's no mistaking it. It's the space shuttle. It wasn't like a rocket capsule. You know, there's an interesting fact that a lot of people probably may not recall or remember. The Russians actually built a space shuttle. It flew a couple of times, never into orbit, suborbital, just like Enterprise did, and then they abandoned the program. I believe it was called the Boron was the name of their shuttle. And it sits outside of Moscow, I believe, in Star City right now, exposed to the elements where these shuttles, when they're retired, are going to be in beautiful museums around the world. But, you know, as you watch it come in there, you know, we're going to do this again in the fall when Endeavour goes out to California, and then when Atlantis is trucked literally over to just down the road over to the visitor complex at the Kennedy Space Center. But it is the end of an era that in our lifetimes we will never see another vehicle with this kind of capability to fly astronauts to the space station and bring them back. But as Eileen Collins said to you, it's the beginning. You know, we have to move on. There's a new era ahead, and there it goes by the Statue of Liberty. What an absolutely spectacular shot, and certainly appropriate. Carol?
Yeah, I think my heart stopped for just a minute. That was a beautiful picture. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah.
Jason, Carol, hundreds of people are waiting for a glimpse of this thing. It's going down the Hudson right now. It should soon be there. Who's in the crowd?
Well, there are so many folks here, and I'm going to give you an opportunity to try and get a look at this. Look through the crush of media that's like sort of moved in to the bleachers there. You can see you've got the bleachers are jammed on one side, and then you've got just as many folks located on the other side as well. They made an announcement saying that the pilots are having a real good time flying over New York City. They've headed out to the south, but they're expected to be here at JFK just about 7 minutes from now. So as you can imagine, everyone's been waiting out here in the cold and in the wind and just waiting for the Enterprise's arrival. What an exciting day for the folks who are here, just now minutes away.
I know. Can't wait to land. We're going to take a break. We'll be back.